music mogul, millions in the bank, suddenly facing a knife at his throat inside prison walls. Today, we'll uncover the shocking moments that led Diddy into the heart of danger, the life-or-death choices he faced, and the secret survival strategies few have ever revealed. One moment, Sean Diddy Combs was living in penthouses, throwing billion-dollar parties and commanding the music world. The next, flashing lights and steel doors replaced champagne and cameras. A high-profile arrest turned a lifestyle of privilege into a prison sentence in seconds. Inside, fame meant nothing. Money couldn't buy safety. Celebrities think they're untouchable, but walls don't discriminate. Even kings can fall. Shock value, immense. Reality check, vulnerability is universal. Stepping off the transport, Diddy confronted a stark new world. Concrete halls, hardened inmates, and a survival game with no rehearsals. Prison hierarchies are brutal, rules invisible, and respect earned or forced. Even minor gestures can spark deadly consequences. In this environment, arrogance is fatal. The illusion of control shatters within hours. Danger is constant, trust is currency. Every glance, every step, every word counts. A casual encounter in the yard escalated in seconds. One wrong move, one misread signal, and suddenly a blade appeared. What started as idle chatter became life-threatening in the blink of an eye. Prison tensions are invisible yet explosive, especially for someone as high-profile as Diddy. The air thickened, every inmate seemed to weigh their own opportunity. Chaos was just inches away. The cold metal pressed to his throat. Every instinct screamed, run, fight, negotiate, but movement could mean death. In that frozen instant, Diddy faced mortality directly. The stark contrast between his outside world and this confined terror was jarring. Fame and fortune faded. Survival was primal. His mind raced, calculating every option. The smell of fear was tangible, and yet he had to remain unnervingly calm. Words became weapons. Calm, measured, deliberate language replaced brute force. In the milliseconds that counted, Diddy's ability to communicate his tone, timing, and perception was everything. Prisoners listened more closely to confidence than titles. A single phrase could diffuse tension or ignite it. In these moments, mental agility is sharper than steel. Prison is a chessboard, and allies are life insurance. Friends can shield. Enemies can strike without warning. Diddy quickly mapped relationships, identifying who could be trusted and who lurked with malice. Even fleeting glances carried messages. Survival hinged on understanding subtle dynamics. In this ecosystem, yesterday's foe could be tomorrow's savior, and alliances were fleeting, fragile, and critical. A sudden distraction, a guard, a passing inmate, a dropped tray shifted the balance in Diddy's favor. Life-threatening situations often turn on chance and timing. In the chaos, the knife-bearer hesitated, just long enough for Diddy to recalibrate. Moments like these reveal the thin line separating disaster from reprieve. Fate, opportunity, and attention collide unexpectedly. Beyond violence, every action in prison reverberates across invisible power structures. Clusters of influence, silent codes, and reputations decide everything. The high-profile status of Diddy made him both a target and a potential asset. Understanding who controls corridors, who watches, and who whispers determines daily survival. This intricate game isn't written in law books, it's lived, observed, and remembered. Inside, fear becomes a constant companion. Diddy had to master the unspoken rules of psychological warfare: calm under chaos, steady under threat. Every glance, every word, every stance carries weight. Inmates test reactions relentlessly, searching for hesitation. Mental endurance here can feel heavier than steel bars because the mind is the first battleground. Being Diddy isn't just a name, it's a symbol. Fame paints a target on the back, yet it also offers unexpected leverage. Some inmates gravitate toward notoriety, others recoil. Guards notice differently. Outside perception and inside reality collide violently. Celebrity status can protect or provoke, sometimes simultaneously. Muscle isn't enough. Even the strongest physique can crumble under strategy and cunning. Diddy realized survival demanded agility of thought, quick reflexes, and acute observation. Prison turns instinct into a weapon, yet intellect often outmaneuvers brute force. In this arena, physical prowess is secondary to awareness. Multiple incidents escalated before the knife moment, each brushing him with danger. A misstep in the cafeteria, a tense hallway exchange, these micro-moments sharpened instincts and heightened alertness. Life inside teaches lessons quickly and brutally. One wrong glance, one false smile, one misjudged gesture can ignite chaos. If you were in Diddy's shoes, what would you do? Comment your survival strategy below, then watch as the story turns even darker. Outsiders imagine celebrity incarceration as cushy or symbolic. The reality is far more ruthless. Guards, inmates, routines, and hidden codes operate independently of fame. Myths of untouchable status clash with the raw truth of the yard. Even wealth doesn't rewrite the unspoken rules of survival. News headlines explode, spinning the drama in sensational ways. Knife at throat becomes clickbait, stripped of nuance. The public digests fragments while the real story festers behind walls. Misrepresentation shapes perception, while the survivor navigates consequences quietly. Truth rarely fits neatly into print. Emerging from the immediate threat, the gravity of the experience settles in. Diddy contemplates vulnerability, mortality, and the fragility of control. Every sensation, every heartbeat now carries added weight. Reflection amplifies insight. Survival isn't glamorous, it's raw, relentless, and unforgiving. Even small oversights can escalate catastrophically. Paths taken, conversations held, and awareness lapses dictate outcomes. Inside, risk assessment is constant. Security isn't about walls or locks, it's about understanding patterns, predicting threats, and reading human behavior in high-stakes environments. Prison is more than individual danger, it's a microcosm of systemic pressure, unseen hierarchies, and harsh routines. Policies, staffing, and overcrowding amplify tension. Even for celebrities, the environment is unforgiving and rigid. What happens behind bars often contradicts public perception, and survival depends on reading both human behavior and institutional currents. Every day is a complex negotiation of risk and authority. Emerging from that night, Diddy's perspective on power, influence, and vulnerability transforms. The luxury, attention, and accolades of the outside world feel distant against the immediacy of threat and human unpredictability. Life inside teaches lessons invisible to outsiders. Resilience is forged in seconds, reputations are tested, and mortality becomes undeniable. The story lingers long after the metal doors close. From flashing lights and VIP parties to the cold metal at his throat, Diddy's journey reveals the stark contrast between fame and vulnerability. Every glance, every choice, every second shaped a survival story few will ever witness firsthand. The walls of the prison stripped away illusions, leaving raw insight into human behavior, danger, and the fragile balance between power and mortality. Stay tuned next time. We'll uncover another shocking celebrity survival story, where the stakes are life, death, and everything in between.